Today, it's time for our bedtime story. In the heart of a warm, sparkling sea lived a little sea turtle named Tilly. She was no bigger than a dinner plate and had a shiny green shell with golden spots that shimmered in the sunlight. Tilly lived near a coral reef filled with fish of every color, swaying seaweed, and playful dolphins who leaped through the waves like acrobats. Tilly was a curious and kind little turtle. She loved exploring the reef, playing hide-and-seek with clownfish, and listening to the songs of humpback whales in the distance. But most of all, she loved the feeling of the clean ocean current brushing against her shell as she swam. One sunny morning, Tilly set out on her usual swim around the reef. As she passed by the coral towers, she noticed something strange. A long, crinkly ribbon floated by, shimmering in the water. It wasn't a sea plant or a jellyfish. When she touched it with her flipper, it felt rough and unnatural. "What's this, she wondered aloud. She swam closer to examine it and realized it was plastic. Soon, Tilly noticed more and more pieces drifting by: a broken spoon, a tangled net, a bottle bobbing near the surface. The once clear waters around her reef were dotted with trash. She rushed home to tell her family. "Mama, Papa, the ocean is full of strange things. It's not like before." Mama Turtle frowned. "That's plastic, Tilly. Humans throw it away, and sometimes it ends up in the ocean. It can hurt sea creatures and make our home unsafe." Tilly's eyes widened. "That's not fair. This is our home. We need to do something." Papa Turtle nodded. "It's not easy, little one, but maybe you can start with something small." Tilly thought all night. She couldn't bear the thought of her home being buried in waste. So she came up with a plan. She would organize a cleanup. The next day, Tilly swam to the reef's community square, where all kinds of ocean creatures gathered to chat and share. Standing on a rock, she called out, "Friends, the ocean needs our help. There's plastic everywhere. It's dangerous for all of us. Let's work together to clean it up." Some fish looked confused. Others murmured. "What can we do?" asked Sammy the seahorse. "We're small," added Bella the blue temps. "We can do it if we work together," Tilly said firmly. "Even the smallest flipper can make a big difference." Inspired by her courage, more sea creatures joined. The dolphins agreed to collect floating items near the surface. Crabs would gather trash stuck in rocks. Octopuses, with their clever arms, offered to help sort the debris. And so began the great ocean cleanup. Every morning, the reef buzzed with activity. Tilly coordinated teams. They collected wrappers, straws, fishing lines, and bottle caps. Jellyfish carefully carried soft bits full of trash. Even the shy anglerfish from the deep sea showed up to help. But it wasn't easy. One day, a large fishing net became tangled around a coral. It was too big for anyone to move alone. Tilly called in the dolphins and octopuses. With careful teamwork, they freed the coral and dragged the net away. Another time, a young turtle named Koa got a plastic ring stuck around his neck. Tilly and her friends quickly helped cut it off, and Koa was saved. Despite the hard work, the reef looked better each day. The water became clearer, Fish danced happily again. Coral began to bloom with brighter colors. News of Tilly's efforts spread across the ocean. Creatures from distant reefs came to learn and help. Even birds flying above the waves began picking up trash floating on the surface. One afternoon, as Tilly rested on a sunny rock near the shore, she saw a group of children playing on the beach. One of them dropped a plastic cup, which rolled toward the sea. Tilly swam closer and peeked from the water. A girl noticed her wide-eyed and amazed. "Look! A turtle!" the girl shouted. The children ran over. Tilly ducked under the surface but stayed close. The girl picked up the cup. "We shouldn't litter. Look, even the turtle's watching." Her friends nodded and began picking up trash from the beach. Tilly smiled to herself. Maybe, just maybe, the humans were learning to. Months passed. The reef was transformed. Where once there was debris, now schools of fish glittered in sunlight. The seaweed swayed like dancers, and coral glowed in pinks, oranges, and purples. Tilly became a hero among the sea creatures. But she always said, "I didn't do it alone. We all did this together." Mama and Papa Turtle were proud. "You've done something amazing, Tilly," Mama said. "You showed everyone that one small turtle can make a huge difference." And Tilly would always reply, "It all started with one piece of plastic, one small idea, and a lot of big hearts." And each night, as the moonlight danced on the wave, Mama Turtle whispered to her children, "Remember, little ones, the ocean is our home. Treat it with kindness. Even the smallest action can bring big change. Be brave, be kind, and always care for your world and for each other." The end.